Broadcast is live.
Woo! All right. Yeah, a few minutes late because I'm dumb and don't understand how to use StreamYard. So,
I mean, neither.
It's okay.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I got a Mac, and so it comes with Safari as a browser, and it doesn't work on Safari on my laptop. So I'm using my phone, which also has
ah,
Safari. I don't
okay.
know. Computers are weird. So,
Yeah. Well, but you know, never tried it before now, so didn't bother to do a test run, nothing like that. So I'm all
that's
over
why
the
I showed
place.
up early because I gotta check comms before I like. I'm an old signal guy, so
There you go. Oh, that's great. Get
Oh God, we got a squid, we got a squint, and we got some sort of fucking monkey wrencher in the goddamn chat. Holy shit!
where's the
Andrew's
chat?
obviously the squid. You're the
well,
squint, sir.
yeah.
Who's Nate Cosby?
He is a Marine.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck! Now we're rounding everything out with a goddamn crayon eater. God damn it!
Not bad for this hour. So uh,
That is
yeah,
true.
all good things. But yeah, I was like, oh shit, like I'm not sure what what like I forgot about. Oh, I should probably have my password set up for like Military Connect and stuff in case I need to uh, do anything. And apparently, I have a password set up, but I don't remember any of my secret questions. But it does look like I can get into it without having Common Access Card login, which is good because that is going to end in 10 minutes. Less than
Nice.
that. So,
You got a back door.
yeah, I'm not really gonna worry about it. So, and I was worried about like with the VA, I didn't have like a VA medical card. It's like, ah, geez, I gotta get that before I get out. And then it's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't. I need an ID to get in the building, and then I just make an appointment to like go get one. It doesn't. I don't need a military ID to get into the building necessarily. So I'm not gonna worry about that either. So worry about it when the time comes, and I'm barred from access.
Well, you know what? That actually fits in with the whole degenerate nature of online podcasting networks, both Compound Media and Gas Digital. So
Yeah,
that just
yeah,
means that you're going with the flow, and that's always good.
yeah. So yeah, as far as benefits go, that's probably something I should have figured out before 10 minutes before everything expires. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
my attitude too is also like thousands of idiots before me have done this.
Yep.
It's not like you're barred from benefits because you can't remember your challenge questions. Like there's
Yep.
a way around it, and
Yep.
if I need to get around it, I will find the will at that time.
You're looking at two of those idiots right now, right in front of you, or at least one of those idiots and a black square. So
Yeah.
that is true.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know you qualified for VA benefits unless you retired. I thought you had to retire.
No, my VA benefit because I got my education benefits because I was active duty, and then medical benefits apparently too. Um, that's a different story. If I'm married, if I need to transfer it to a spouse
Yeah.
or whatever, like then I need to be retired. But just regular stuff, yay! It's
Nice.
one nice cheap benefit. So yeah, no more benefits to active duty unless I cover up the expiration date on my ID and go see a movie, get a discounted ticket.
Well, there are tons of other benefits to expired military duty. Is whenever you tell other people and they're like, "Oh, thank you for your service. Let me buy you a beer." And or pay for this ride, and or do other stuff that you absolutely don't need for them to do. You know?
Right. Yeah. Well, and I have veteran on my driver's license, so
Oh Jesus!
I'm sure there's also like an illegal alien endorsement for the state of New York too.
Yeah.
Should look into getting that. That'd be fun. But yeah, well, thanks for joining me, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Sure.
This
Glad
is
you made it.
yeah. This is a bigger deal to me than the New Year's. So, but I'll probably be in bed just as quickly.
Yeah,
Sure.
Hey, it's
I'm up
12:01.
like two hours past my bedtime. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
But you're drinking a Newcastle. Is that what the bottles look like these days?
yeah, they changed it. I hate that crap. I'm a traditionalist. I like things to be the way they've always been.
I hear you. When I did drink, Newcastle was my poison.
Yeah,
That was a
it's
good
the
one.
usual just sipping beer. I
Yeah,
got dozens more beers downstairs of stuff
yeah.
I get for Christmas presents and stuff. I can't drink them all because
Oh, yeah. Well, I
I
do
try not
appreciate
to
a
do
family
them.
that throws down a challenge. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, Newcastle got bought by Heineken in 2008, and
Mhm.
then not quite sure the year, but I think like 2015, maybe even before that, they moved the brewery from Newcastle upon Tyne, hence the name,
Right.
to the Netherlands, and it just never tasted the same.
Crap. Yeah.
And I was like,
It's like if
no.
you buy Lowenbrau in the United States, it's brewed at the Miller Brewery. I assume in Milwaukee, but maybe one of their other ones.
Yeah,
It's contract brewed. Contract brewed sucks. I still like the taste of Newcastle, but
yeah, it's not the same.
no.
Yeah, yeah, very very sad day when that happened. They oh well, life moves on, and I don't drink anymore anyway, so what do I
Yeah.
care?
So what's your preferred brand of bottled water then?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just kind of whatever's on sale. Like, ooh, it's sparkly water. And I'm sure I'll regret this, but for my little celebration, I'm going to go with a Diet Dr.
Oh,
Pepper. And
excellent choice. That's in the fridge.
yeah, but I'm gonna regret this because there's caffeine and it'll probably keep me awake. But I heard someone on Twitter refer to it as barbecue Coca-Cola, and
Or
that is a perfect analogy.
the
Can't wait.
zero blows, by the way. If you've ever had zeros of anything, but particularly zero of Diet Dr. Pepper, it sucks.
I have to say, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
I can't remember original well enough to compare it and feel the disappointment, so it tastes fine to me.
But diet is different than zero. They actually not just take out an extra calorie, they change the formula or change the sweet for some corporate marketing bullshit. So
yeah, I'm sure it sucks ass, but again, I can't remember what the good stuff tastes like. So I'm like, yeah, this is all right. This works. Yeah.
so is there anybody else, or is it just the three of us here?
I don't know. Did we lose John?
No,
I'm right here.
Okay. He's just being quiet.
I'm letting you guys ramble on about fucking Newcastle and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I have no interest in either one of those topics, so I'm just gonna let you two guys.
Yeah, fair enough.
You want to talk about Tab instead?
Ooh. What about Tab Hunter? Would that be a better topic?
You know what? Why don't we try to bring it into the 20th century and at least mention RC Cola? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just try to keep it within the past 12 years.
I want to say the last time I had an RC Cola was probably in California, like 25 years ago. I was at a shooting range with my dad, and like, oh, do you guys want to buy a soda? And it's like, oh, that's weird. They sell soda at the shooting range. Sure. And all they have is RC Cola. And it was like, yeah, no, we'll just go home.
You know, it's funny you say that. The last time I saw an RC Cola was at the Sheriff's Department shooting range whenever I was working there in 2010 in Iberia Parish, Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
They have a actual RC machine over there that they keep stocked somehow, some way with RC Cola. And I would always buy that because the nearest convenience store was approximately 7.2 miles away. And
Wow.
you could not get there in a recent amount of time in between shooting stages for you to go and get an energy drink. So I would just settle for an RC Cola.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you got to settle for the discount pop. Oh, that's the other thing. Is it pop, soda, Coke?
I call
Coke.
it soda.
Yeah.
It's a Coke.
Okay.
It's a Coke. If you're south of the Mason-Dixon line, it's a Coke. Regardless of whether it's a Coke.
So below the Mason-Dixon line, it's Coke?
Yeah, it's Coke. You say, I need to get a Coke. Then somebody asks you, well, what kind? And then you say Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, RC, all the various kinds. It's across the board. It's all a Coke. And then you specify what it is afterward.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to do all the talking here. Somebody else shows up, man.
No,
it's like the lamer nerd party, in high school or something.
That's all right. It's if I had just one of you on there, then we'd reminisce about service stories. But yeah, I'm just my service the last couple of years because of COVID has mainly been online. So it's like,
how does that even work? I mean, you can't do anything online.
You really can't. And, especially if anyone has connection issues or anything else, it's just, they're useless. They can't check email or, whatever else. And then, I don't miss that at all. And it wasn't even like, oh, okay, well, we'll create a Zoom meeting or whatever, a system that works. We have to use Google, or no, not Google, Microsoft Teams. It's like, oh, okay. It's just, one more program that nobody asked for and doesn't work very well. And yeah. But hey, it's midnight. I don't have to do that shit no more.
That is true. Absolutely. Fan-fucking-tastic, Andrea. Welcome to the civilian sector.
Woo!
I wasn't even paying attention to the clock. I totally forgot about that.
Taste of diet freedom. Yes.
The first energy drink that I ever had was at 6:00 a.m. After I'd finished packing all of my shit into my BMW 318 Ti. And we left the barracks at 6 a.m., which is what time we had to leave the barracks, me and my buddy Greg. And we drove all the way from Fort Bragg, North Carolina to Houston, Texas, right in the middle of Hurricane Ivan as it was coming up through Tennessee. And so I needed to stay awake because I was so excited to leave the Army that I had no sleep whatsoever. And so I drank a green amp energy drink, which is basically a Mountain Dew. And I just slammed all of it at once. And for the next 150 miles, my teeth were vibrating inside my head.
Oh, yeah.
Like some sort of sex toy. And it was fucking crazy. And I've been in love with that shit ever fucking since.
Yeah.
So it's like the original Coca-Cola then.
Yeah.
When they still had cocaine in it.
Yep. That's what it felt like. Holy shit. I couldn't keep my eyes closed for a second. We were driving next to great big, huge semi-trailers that were trying to avoid the hurricane as it was passing up through Tennessee. And it was mildly terrifying because I was driving and then my buddy Greg was driving and then I was driving again. And right up to the point in time where I stopped driving the first time, it was nothing but semi-trailers trying to avoid the hurricane. So all I could see out of my little tiny standard transmission little car was great big 18-wheeler tires right next to us as I was attempting to sleep high as fuck off this goddamn energy drink. And it was just fucking miserable. It was ridiculous. Yeah.
The least believable part of your story is that you were that sensitive to caffeine at the end of an enlistment.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot, and I slammed it in 2 or 3 gulps. It was done really fucking fast, and I was not sensitive. I was sensitive to caffeine, but I wasn't desensitized enough as it is as I am right now. Yeah.
I remember, boot camp, of course, you're eating relatively healthy. I mean, you do get sugar, but it's very minimal. And,
few and far between.
Yeah. And, the only time you're getting coffee or anything like that is when you're in the galley eating. And I got out of boot camp and I went straight to the energy drinks and sugar and everything else. It was like, just a rush. But yeah, I'm a pretty consistent caffeine consumer. I'd have I don't think I'd be that sensitive to an energy drink, but if I slammed it in 3 gulps or just poured it directly into an IV, then yeah, I'd probably be probably grind my teeth at night.
Keep in mind, I got out of the Army in 2004. So there were no energy drinks that were readily available across the board. It was
that's true.
Yeah, it was just where there was a whole lot of energy that was required at one particular time and place, and that was at the PX. At Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And so whenever they weren't selling alcohol, they were selling energy drinks in the morning, which is what time we happened to leave. And so that was my first instance of concentrated energy drinks.
Okay.
What unit were you in?
I was with the 3rd of the 325 Airborne Infantry Regiment.
I was up the street in 50th Signal Battalion. At least it used to be up the street in the 80s. I think they moved them over to Smoke Bomb Hill or some crap like that later on.
Were you on Ardennes? Boulevard?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm not good with the names of things. I just remember locations.
Well, that happens a lot with head injury. So I'm not really.
So what happens what happens when you hit the outside of the plane with your face?
Multiple times.
That's awesome. So you guys are both in North Carolina, just at different times,
different decades, apparently.
Yeah.
I was from 1999 to 2004.
Okay. And then, what about you?
80 to 84. Well, 81 once I was done with basic training and AIT and so on. So.
Yeah.
The first time around, that was permanent party, and then I cycled back through Barrag, during various deployments and for schools and stuff like that. So later on, because I did an extended stint in the reserves, National Guard and reserves both.
Okay. Yeah. What compared to active duty, what do you think of the National Guard / reserves?
Good answer.
I wasn't in an admin. I was actually when I was in National Guard, I was in an artillery unit, and we actually went out and did shoots on a regular basis. I was only there in the short time. So in the year I was there, we went out and did shoots twice. Once at White Sands and once at a place here in Arizona, Florence Military Range or something like that. So they were doing their job on a regular basis, as prepared as they probably could be in the National Guard. When I was in the reserves in the civil affairs, it was civil affairs is a different animal. It's more of a touchy-feely sort of thing.
That's a great way to put it.
The whole idea of civil affairs is to get all the militaries that are involved, ours and others, civilian groups, local groups, yada yada yada, and get them all working on the same page, which hopefully is the page that the U.S. military has in mind. So it requires more soft and people skills.
Yes.
And one thing it taught me is I don't know how to put it.
Restraint.
Pardon me?
Restraint.
Yeah, maybe. Not in drinking though, but no, we had when we were in northern Iraq, we had what we thought was the mother of all bonfires, and is a huge beer blowout. We'd drive up from Zaku, which is northern Iraq, up into Turkey, and come back with Humvees literally loaded with cases of beer. And everybody had at least 3 cases of beer under their cot in their tent. And, So one day we had this blowout party, and females were taking off their bras and throwing them in the fire, and some guys totally stripped a lieutenant naked and threw his clothes in the fire.
Sure.
Good Lord. That's
As
the
every
way God
lieutenant should
intended.
be. Yep, exactly.
So
Yeah, the good old days.
there's somebody they didn't take video during the party, but they took video the night or the morning after with the remains of the damage and stuff. So
That seems too cruel.
If there's one thing you should never do, it is take video evidence of the crime.
No video evidence of the crime.
If there's a second worst thing to do, it is to take video evidence of the aftermath of the crime. You never take evidence of the aftermath of the crime. You take evidence of everybody feeling sorry for themselves the next morning, but you never show just how much you fucked up an area. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's 30 years later, so.
That's
the
true.
first time I posted it online was 25 years after. Everybody's retired by then, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, you're safe at that point. Statute of limitations has to be up. Yeah. Or is it like...
Especially Lieutenant claiming on video, I was raped last night.
Yeah.
Not seriously, but...
Yeah. That'd be
naked.
Rough. What if it was like rebroadcasting like an NFL game, like as long as you do it in international waters, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they can actually get you for any sort of rebroadcast, not only from the transmission point, but from the reception point.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I learned about in a class that I went to through RCTA, the Regional Counter Drug something association, where they dealt with electronic information as they were passing from one person to the other. The person that's transmitting it can be in another country, but the person receiving it can be, say, in Louisiana, for argument's sake, and they can prosecute you for whatever you received due to its illegality, if that's a fucking word, in Louisiana, according to Louisiana laws, like, say, for possession of stolen goods.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happens if the transmission was, if your reception of the transmission was unintended?
If it was unintended, they still have to prove intent.
Okay.
So,
It's like the deadly force triangle. You need opportunity, capability, and intent.
Exactly. That is actually something that they still deal with in law enforcement today. So you have intent, you have opportunity, and you have that third thing that I can never remember.
Capability.
Yeah, there you go. Capability. So ability, intent, and capability.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it still applies today.
All right. Learning all sorts of great stuff.
Yep. Now, Andrea, I have to take you to task.
Okay.
One particular thing. You kissed a Puerto Rican on his birthday. That is terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Now, King saying, if you're not aware, Andrea is the office manager for a casting studio.
Gas Digital.
Yeah.
And that is where I know Andrea from, if you could say this is even remotely close to knowing a person. And the co-owner of the podcasting studio, a dude named Louis J. Gomez, don't forget the J, because he gets all kinds of pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
The Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
There you go. Fantastic. He had a birthday, and she brought his birthday cake out to him. He complained that his producer would not kiss him, so Andrea kissed him.
Yeah, he said whoever brings in my cake. Yeah, he said whoever brings in my cake, I'm gonna make out with them.
Yeah,
it's like, all right.
Let's make this party happen.
Yeah. So it was definitely for the lulz, but
that's That's fantastic. I say I'm taking you to task, but that's awesome. You made the show even better than it originally intended to be. So kudos to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I kept laughing at myself the rest of the day. I was just like, oh God. I don't know if I'm telling my parents about that one. They're never gonna find out.
And you weren't even drunk either.
No,
you don't have that like the morning after.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the other thing. Morning after. This is at like noon.
The show starts at 11 Central Time, so yeah, you can't really blame being hungover.
11 is kind of
ish.
Yeah, aspirational. Put it that way. Yeah, but that's a fun place to work. I mean, the last job I had was in the nonprofit space. Great company, greater people to work with, but you gotta wear office attire. You gotta mind your P's and Q's, all that stuff, and you have to actually complete and take seriously sexual harassment training. And then I went to Gas Digital and don't need to worry about any of that.
That doesn't apply over there. Right.
Yeah. If I was like, oh my God, my boss sexually harassed me, it's like, get out of here, nerd.
But you're obviously not fit for the job, so yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a huge, it's always a huge concern for any place like that doing some hiring. Like, is people going to be on board because we are, an entertainment company and whatever else. So, but
you have to, no matter what company you're in or what business you're in, you have to get somebody who understands the ethos of the business and the
yes.
Yeah. Good times.
If you work at Planned Parenthood, you don't want to hire somebody that is fundamentalist Christian.
Right. Yeah, that would be a giant problem.
Vice versa. So
yeah, I'm actually cluing into the chat finally. Thank you, Big A. Appreciate the congrats.
Oh, Big A's in the chat.
Yeah, and of course Nate was talking about his time in the Marine Corps. He served 10 years and still
Big
drinks three Red Bulls a day.
Fuck.
Nate is in the Marine Corps and detailing his caffeine consumption. I mean, just in terms of expense, 3 Red Bulls a day, like, whoa.
How much do those cost?
I've never had basically about $3 a pop for the 12 ounce, and another $1.50 for the 16 ounce. So going by 12 ounce, holy fuck, that's $9 a day. Jeez,
you could get a fancy German beer for less than that.
Probably, yeah.
No doubt about it.
Wow.
I think Chimay is Belgian beer, and that's like $10 a bottle over here, anyways. But
yeah, he drinks the 16 ouncer. Holy Santa Claus!
Jesus Christ, that's $15 a day. Shit.
Way to go, sir. 48 ounces. I don't think I even drink 48 ounces of water a day. I should, but I don't.
You should. 140 or something like that ounces of water a day.
$15 to $20 a day habit. Wow. But I don't know. I guess if you're going to do cocaine, your habit would be a lot more than that. So
not only that, but you can't get it from the corner store. So,
that's true.
A matter of convenience.
The cocaine or the energy drink?
The cocaine.
Yeah. Well, at least Red Bull isn't cut with fentanyl. I think that's a victory.
Oh, fuck yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you wait. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure Red Bull will find a way to boost their profits at some point in time.
Yeah, of course. But I don't want to stay up too terribly late. I'm going to get up at my usual 4:45. Later this morning is going to be chest day, so can't skip that. And do some dips, bench, overhead press, maybe some tricep extensions if I'm feeling frisky, and then time to get to Gas Digital and get to work.
So what does the office manager on a daily basis for Gas Digital do? Right?
Well, a lot of cleaning. So I'm in before anyone else. Get the place cleaned up. Do quick inventory, see if we, whether it's cleaning supplies, snacks, whatever. Make sure everything's all stocked and good to go.
Wait, so you're telling me that a bunch of drug addicts don't clean up after themselves whenever they leave at the end of the day? That's crazy.
I know, actually, in terms of like taking out the trash and such, of course, but the carpets need to be vacuumed. I mean, even if it looks okay,
Sure.
probably should give it the old once over.
Come on, John. Every trap house you've been in is sparkling clean.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I didn't work at the trap house.
Oh.
I would go in and bust the guys at the trap house.
Yeah. Yeah, some of my inventory does include making sure we're not out of blunt wraps. It was only
what?
like exactly. See, I have no concept of. I have so blunt wraps. They're just basically they're not rolling papers. Apparently, they're different from rolling papers, but it's basically something to put your weed in and smoke.
Oh,
so
okay.
imagine if you take a cigar, you take a razor blade, you split the cigar down the middle, you take out all the tobacco, or at least most
I got it now.
tobacco, and you replace it with weed. Yeah. That's a blunt wrap.
It was only like my first or second week, and Lewis goes, can we make sure that we have let's see, White Owl, say, peach blunt wraps. I mean, if we don't have that, what are we even doing? And I'm going,
right.
What? I said, I'm sorry, repeat that. And so I'm writing it down. I'm like, okay, where do I get these? Are they illegal? Like, I just had no concept. And I'm going to like all the smoke shops, like, do you have this? And finally found a place to order them online. So now I just have to do a quick check, make sure that we're stocked up, and easy peasy. And then coordinating services. So had some guys come in to look at the AC units today. They were pretty screwed up. So got to contest some of the billing with that, but otherwise things are good.
Well, that's not really surprising because you're in a swamp that has high humidity, which is New York City. But you also have a great deal of excess humidity from the fucking snows that happen during the course of the winter. So, I'm in Houston, Texas. So we have high humidity but no snows.
Houston is just murder. In terms of temperature and humidity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got family there.
Fuck this entire Gulf Coast region. Holy shit.
Yeah, I do not miss that at all. I mean, I was only in San Antonio for a couple months, but I mean, even in the wintertime, you felt the humidity. It's like, ugh.
Andrea, San Antonio is about 20 to 30 degrees or percentage amount of humidity lower than Houston is in August and July. It
100
is
100 degrees, 100% humidity.
Yes.
Ugh.
It is god awful. Yeah.
Houston is literally a swamp. Literally. Yeah.
It's the bayou city.
Yeah.
The reason they have a bunch of bayous or small concreted in riverways is to control the flow of water that gets dumped on it by the rains and the hurricanes out back into the Gulf. If they didn't have the bayous, this place would be a pond.
Ugh.
Yeah. Fuck this place.
Yeah. Sounds horrifying, actually.
The only reason that I'm here instead of Denver or Salt Lake City or some of the more drier areas is because my mom recently died. And I say recently, it's in like the past 6 months. And I have to make sure, thank you. I have to make sure my dad doesn't end up starting a shotgun in an effort to fucking, because they were married for like 48, 50 fucking years. So I have to make sure the old crusty bastard gets going along with his life after my mom passes away. So
Yeah.
I have to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tall order. There aren't a lot of options.
Nope.
This is the way. This is what I got to do.
Yep. You just got to wait around until he seems to establish some sort of equilibrium. And if he doesn't, well, you're kind of waiting for a phone call at the, 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Otherwise, I would not be in Houston, Texas. Fuck this entire region. Fuck this bullshit. I would be much more north in like Kansas City or some fucking.
What's the weather like in New Iberia?
In Iberia Parish, it is pretty much the same, just wetter.
Oh, okay.
So imagine wearing bullet, and you can't see it, the camera's not fucking working. I don't know why, but I'm making the quotation marks with my fingers. It is bullet resistant armor on top of polyester clothing that is navy blue, in other words, black, by any person that has, a smaller amount of color receptors in their eyeballs, and you're standing out in the sun all day. So even this is not as bad as being the police, which is how they call it in South Louisiana.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
I would never get out of my squad.
Yeah.
Keep the AC cranked.
You know what? The only reason that you would get out of your unit to go and talk to people is on the off chance that somebody wants to fight. And then if somebody wants to fight, then the fight or flight response kicks in, and then you stop caring about how absolutely fucking miserable you are, and that is just a small relief from the ever-present heat and humidity.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Just pray for confrontation so you can forget for a few minutes.
Pretty much. And
pretty much sounds like New York.
Yeah. You don't have to pray for a confrontation. It's 9 times out of 10, some dickhead wants to fucking take a swing at you because they want to prove to their fucking friend how much of an awesome badass they are. And there you go.
Well, on that note, gents, I'm going to sign off, but thanks for joining me.
I appreciate it, Andrew.
Sure.
Congratulations. Nice to finally get to talk to you, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd love to have both of you on my podcast. So I'll be reaching out, getting your avails for maybe sometime next week or the week after.
Sure.
But would love to have each of you on different times, of course, so we can focus. But thanks so much.
At some point in time in the near future, I'll figure out why the fuck my camera doesn't work. Super duper.
It's midnight or 11 where you're
before you go, where's LC right now?
She was here earlier and I was yelling at her, but I think she scurried out and is probably breaking something in the kitchen would be my guess.
How's the hand? Show us the hand.
It's looking okay.
Yeah, it looks better.
I can actually bend the finger now, and
a little bit further away. Bring it back to your face. Bring it back. Bring it back. There you go. All right, fantastic.
The scratch looks worse than it is, but it's the bite that I was worried about. But it's healing up. I went by the VA again today. They said, everything looks fine. So just gotta sit and wait. Thanks, Kat.
Fun times. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, but thank you for being with me to ring in the new civilian chapter.
You bet.
And
you bet.
Yeah, I'll see you guys on Twitter.
Indeed you do.
All right.
Just have to figure out how to log out here now.
Later.
I'll log it out for you.
Peace out.